Welcome back to the anime tier list, fellas. We just got done with Hajime no Ippo. If you want to see how we rated some of the most legendary anime of all time, Kaguya Love is War, Naruto,
Kimi ni Todoke.
and then, go check out that episode. Trigun. I've heard of it, but I heard it was nice.
It
was like a machine gun girl or something.
I've also heard of Trigun. The thing is like,
What the heck, Best Buy? Get out of here.
I said with other animes like Hajime no Ippo, right? What it did really good was like, what's it called?
So you have watched Trigun?
I've watched a little bit of it. I kind of get it.
Oh.
And I can have an opinion about it. It's like with Trigun, with Hajime no Ippo, the thing that I said that made it really good is that it made every character very individualistic and made it very interesting. For Trigun, it did kind of like the reverse, but also made it very interesting. It's like...
So instead of a lot of characters, it's like one or two.
Yeah, it's like one character, but he's like really cool, but also has like a lot of depth within the character. Like Trigun, if I'm to make like a comparison with another anime, Joseph Joestar, it does a really good job of creating duality in a character. Like with Joseph Joestar, he's obviously like a really funny guy, but he's like the smartest JoJo, at least from what I've seen.
Yeah,
and Trigun, like this guy is like, I think it's like a wandering bounty hunter or something like that. And so he goes around like fighting in this dystopian kind of wasteland area, but he's also just a really funny character as well. And it's like this like duality with a singular character instead of like making it distracting with some other characters. It makes it a lot more interesting. In my opinion, that's a better way of adding in humor. Like, I think comic relief characters are like so delicately, are like really on the balance of just being like super annoying or actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like
it all has to do with, I think, their purpose and their depth of character. Like, is there a reason why they act the way that they do, or is it just to try to be funny?
Exactly. Yeah. But Trigun did a really good job of making the main character dualistic. But I haven't seen enough of it to like really put it in a really high tier. But I've seen really good things about it, and I do have a good opinion about it from what I've seen. So it seems like it's really good.
All right. Conceptually, if this was the best, let's say you're imagining what Trigun is based on what you've watched, where would you rate it?
Probably here. Probably in this ranking is like the character itself has a lot of, well, I don't know how much depth it has, and like the story and the fighting and like the scenes is really cool, but I think it did get worn down with the test of time. Is the thing is, it's like if this was years ago, it would be like up here, and then now it just traveled down. I think, in my opinion, with other characters, I kind of like reflected upon what it did well and took out what it did bad for some things. But I haven't really watched too much of it. But it does get Pioneer points, so I'll put it at the top of Hellsing, or top of B tier. Mm-hmm. Good job, Trigun.
Good job, Trigun. What is that?
Oh, this?
Another freaking pink-haired anime.
This is a magic anime, but I forgot the name. And I think it just had a lot of fan service.
Okay, put it in the F tier.
Yeah.
We do not tolerate selling out. What is that GT?
That's Dragon Ball GT, yeah.
Bro, Dragon Ball GT. Just for the theme song alone, it's at least bare minimum B tier.
I was too young for this.
Yeah, I was also too young for this. We'll put it in B tier, you know, just for the vibes, literally just for the theme song, because I don't remember anything about it.
Dragon Ball Z?
Is that the big Z, bro? Oh my. Okay. It's very big. There's a lot to say, but I think it's actually kind of simple. Mm-hmm. I'd say it's at least B tier. The Frieza arc, oh, that is A tier. Low A. I'd give it's decent. Let's be real here. How much of your feelings towards Dragon Ball Z are really the true quality of the show, and how much is nostalgia? Think about it.
The thing is, it gets Pioneer points, so it can't be B tier. Because like this was like the inspiration. This is like,
I thought that was the original Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z.
Ooh, good point. I'll put it top of B. Good job, Dragon Ball.
Yeah. The fights are really cool. The fights are really intense. When I was a kid, I was like, oh,
What the freak is that?
But mostly, I think it was all right. It's decent, just not as impactful, just not as colorful, just not as great. You know, I feel like that a lot of that has to do with the diversity of the powers.
I have no idea what this is.
Me neither.
It's probably stupid.
Yeah.
Angelica? It's Evangelion.
Oh! I haven't seen that one.
I have not seen this one, but I've also heard mixed things about it.
People tell me it's like peak, and then there's this big freaking cube. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, people say it's peak. I think this is the peak of mecha anime if you mess with mecha anime.
What about Code Geass?
Bro.
That's some people's favorite anime, bro.
I think Code Geass is like the best mecha anime maybe, but Evangelion was definitely the pioneer of it. But I haven't really seen much of it, and I'm personally not into mecha anime that much.
Yeah, me neither.
I
would put it not enough.
And just to say, like, I've seen a fair amount of Gundam, so I know a little bit about mecha anime. I'm not really interested in it.
I've watched Voltron and Power Ranger Samurai.
But what?
I do not know what that is.
What the frick is that?
Oh, it's like a Vincent Van Gogh painting.
Cladmore.
No, I don't know. Angel Beats.
Afro Beats.
Maybe. I've never heard of that.
S-tier.
Scroll up, higher.
Yes, bro.
Yes.
Afro Beats.
Higher.
Okay, that's...
Toradora, bro. yes. So S tier, bro. Yes.
Wait, you've seen Toradora, right?
Yeah, bro. Give me that freaking mouse. We are putting it at the bottom of F tier. Okay, this anime is so funny, you guys. Oh my gosh. I watched this in the dorm with my boys. They'd walk in at like 5 p.m. They'd be like, honey, I'm home. And I'd just be sitting on my desk in front of my laptop watching Toradora and going, what is happening? Brandon would put a hand on my shoulder. Are you okay? Do you need my tender love tonight? And I'd be like, no, I do not want any love and affection after what Toradora thinks love and affection is. Holy crud, bro. Toradora, okay? So you have this guy and you have this girl, okay? The guy has a crush on the girl's best friend and the girl has a crush on the guy's best friend. It's a love X, okay? And then it becomes a square. It's so disgusting. It's horrible. It's a love box that closes itself. And the worst part is, the main leads, Ryuji and Taiga, they have a father-daughter kind of relationship, okay? That's literally what it's like. Ryuji is like a stay-at-home guy. He just takes care of himself all the time. He's the responsible guy, right? And then Taiga, she lives like a hoarder with depression, right? She has all this trash lying all around her house. Ryuji, for whatever reason, I think either sees her house or like sees how tall and tiny and fragile she is. And he's like, oh, you're not eating enough, sweetheart. And then he starts like cooking for her and like cleaning for her and like doing all her chores and stuff. Like, you know what? It's not even a father-daughter relationship. It's actually like he's her butler. This is the most... I can't really say it's unhealthy in good faith. A husband and wife, they take care of each other. But the way it was structured in the anime, Taiga wasn't really doing anything for this man, and it's really gross. So for that reason, and because a lot of the scenes make no sense, the Santa Claus one, where Ryuji dresses up as Teddy Bear Santa, then climbs into Taiga's window, and then like smothers her without explaining or saying a single word throughout the entire scene because he thought she was lonely on Christmas Day. I was tweaking so unbelievably hard at that scene. I was angry, I was confused, I was scared, I was sad, I was happy. It was the most confusing time of my life, except for puberty. So we are putting that in the Omega F tier. Anywho, yeah.
Oh my.
Masterpiece. I'd actually genuinely... It's not F tier. If you like slice of life, if you like to see funny things happen, this is C tier. But the worst of... if you like seeing bad stuff, if you like seeing bad anime and laughing at how bad it is, or if you like seeing just ridiculous, crazy stuff happen, C tier. Anywho, the lowest of the low points, I think, drag it down. Anyway, that's all I have to say about Toradora.
All right, Phantom.
Never
I've
heard of
seen-
that.
I haven't really seen that one.
Don't know what that is.
Don't want to know.
Don't know what that is.
Don't want to know.
I've heard the word Clanad, but I don't know nothing
Clanad
about it.
After Story. Oh, I think Clanad After Story in the original one is not the same thing. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Have you seen any Clanad?
I think I've seen like one episode. I've heard it was a masterpiece, but like,
Is that a dubious statement?
Yeah, I've heard it's really good, but I also feel that it's not for everyone. I feel like it's not like a unanimous masterpiece.
For cases where it's not unanimous and it's like subjective, if you really like it, you really like it. If you don't like it, it makes sense. I'd say for those, I'd put them around B tier. Or at least bare minimum B tier. Because for the audience that does like it, they're really devoted to it. Like Dark Souls, for example. That's why it has such a high reputation. So I think it deserves some credit for that. For being able to have a target audience and stick to that target audience. Because that really it's what makes a successful product at the end of the day. Just having that niche target audience that's loyal.
Nice.
I don't know what that is.
I feel like I've seen scenes from this, but I don't know what that is. I've also seen scenes from this one.
That looks familiar, but I don't know what that is.
I think this is like a school romance anime. I don't know in particular.
There's like 100 different anime just like it.
All right.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Time for the goats.
Uh-oh. I think I hear the goat alarm sounding.
Okay. This is like genuinely top of A. Low key.
Above Hunter x Hunter, I'd put it below.
I don't know about that.
It's not that bad. I think Hunter x Hunter just hits higher highs.
Ooh.
Like what is the highest high?
That's true. The thing is
But
like
they're similar.
But Yu Yu Hakusho was like the like actual pioneer for like the squad type of animes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it was like literally the inspiration for Naruto, a lot of Naruto. It's pretty similar, or like there's a lot of similarities between it and Hunter x Hunter.
And that's because it stands up so well on its own right.
Yeah, and like, what's it called? With the spirit energy thing, it really did a good job of establishing what like a power system could look like.
Yeah.
Because like at the time it was like mostly Dragon Ball that was like kind of setting the tone, but for like aside from like the astronomical planet destroying level of fight tiers and more of like a street level into like
that term is just so brave.
like street level like and into superhero type of power system. Like Yu Yu Hakusho did a good job of demonstrating that. But I would agree that Hunter x Hunter had higher highs than Yu Yu Hakusho, but like it definitely has a lot of pioneer points. I think it's probably a toss up between the two of these.
Yeah.
So
let's say Yu Yu Hakusho was the Dark Tournament alone. That would put it in A tier.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna put it that way.
That was like unarguably like the best tournament arc of any anime ever. So
yeah. The only things that come close to it, in my opinion, are the Hunter exam. No, even the Hunter exam. Okay. What does come close to it? I'd say Naruto's Chunin exams were just really memorable, and gosh dang it, there was this one tournament I was thinking of that was like it. Okay, give me 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I guess I just forgot it. Okay, next one. Unless you have anything more to say about this.
no, it's just really, really good. Gets a lot of pioneer points, but
Heck yeah. Look up Toguro versus Yusuke. Oh my golly.
well, it depends on which fight because there's a couple of guys.
Oh my god.
What is Maid-sama? I've actually heard really good parts or really good things of this show.
Bro, I was really hoping to drag it into the haven't watched tier.
How come?
Because I was hoping you wouldn't know what this is.
I've only heard of it. I haven't really watched it, and like I've
Okay.
seen a couple clips of it, and it actually does seem like pretty, like cool and interesting, but I don't know how much depth there is. I've heard that there is like a fair amount of depth, but I don't really know. I think it could be pretty good for those who like so if Kimi ni Todoke was like the more like schoolyard type of like enjoyable or like like more wholesome romance anime, I think this is the more like adult and kind of like perverted type of romance anime. But it doesn't mean it's bad. And I think it does have fan service, but it's not like it doesn't like
There's a purpose to it.
it's like tastefully. It's not like just like random.
Let's see.
I'm just gonna put this here, but I've heard good things about it.
All right. Ooh, by the way, I wanted to say, I remember what tournament I was thinking of. It was the freaking hero examination, like the entrance exam for My Hero Academia.
Oh, that was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
let me tell you guys, kids these days, all they do is rag on My Hero Academia. They criticize it, they slander it, they drag Deku's name through the dirt, and he kind of deserves it nowadays. But back in the day, back in my day, at the very beginning of My Hero Academia, if you're completely new to it, I absolutely recommend it because it is actually one of the best shonen anime out there in the earlier seasons. It is so hype. It is so exciting. I think it hits higher highs than Naruto and even Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter sometimes. Now, let me get this straight, okay? Hunter x Hunter, Yu Yu Hakusho, Naruto, I think they're better overall. Because over time, My Hero Academia absolutely dipped in quality. But I'll talk more about My Hero Academia later when it comes up, but let me tell you, that is one of the best tournament arcs that is on the Dark Tournament level in terms of quality. Anywho, next one.
Black Lagoon. I've also heard.
I've
really
heard
good
of it.
things
I don't know nothing.
I don't really know either, but I've heard very good things about this one.
That has a familiar art style. Oh, it's Persona. It looks like Persona at least.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't think it's Persona, but
It's
it looks
not.
like
It's not. It's not.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Black Butler.
I've heard of it.
I've heard really good things about this, but I don't know. Go sick.
Don't
die.
know. What is that?
Oh, this one I've heard. I've also heard that this one was like really funny and
Oh,
cool.
this looks like Bleach and One Piece had a baby.
Yeah, literally. There's Zoro right there.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, good job. Red Line.
What's that? That looks awesome.
I think this is a racing anime, but
Just
I don't
like
really know.
What is that? I don't know.
Probably terrible.
Don't know what that is. Is
Samurai.
that?
This is Samurai what's it called? Champloo? Champloo. Yeah, Samurai Champloo. I've heard good things about it, but I haven't seen it.
Oh. Okay. I don't know what that is.
Shut up.
Don't know what that is. Fate Stay Night. That's another one.
Good job.
And haven't seen it yet. Blood Dog.
S tier.
Oh no, bro.
S
13-year-old
tier.
me.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Put that in the F tier, bro. Thank you.
This is giga terrible.
All right, next one. If you want to know why, you have to look it up yourself. What is that?
I'm
I
just
don't
getting a
know
bad vibe from this one.
I don't. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna put on F tier.
I don't know what that is. Yeah, just on vibes.
You know, I think
Is that Fruits Basket? I'm trolling.
I think it would be fun if we ordered this on how well we've heard things about these animes.
I don't think that's fair, bro.
actually,
That's
no.
literally biased.
We should, based on the cover art and what we think of the title, we should rank these.
We can make that its own video, bro. What is that? Tokyo Revengers? Oh.
That's, hello? Best Buy? F tier.
Bro, Best Buy is at S tier. That's where we got this PS4 from.
You're right, bro. Is that SAO?
I don't know.
That's not. Oh, Guilty Crown. Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know what Guilty Crown
I've
is.
heard of good things about Guilty Crown. I think we might
I'm
be
sorry.
slandered.
It's like you're trying to kick a VIP out of the club, and then the manager comes in. Hold on. I know this man. Who is that? Don't know that. Don't know that.
Oh
Don't
my
know that.
god. Oh my
Don't know
god.
that.
Oh my god.
Is that one of the famous ones from Crunchyroll?
Ooh, wait.
The one with the game?
It does look familiar.
It's like a really long Japanese thing. Oh no. Monogatari. I don't know.
I don't know if that's that one.
What is that?
Probably stupid.
Don't know that. Is that Neil Armstrong? Don't know that. Oh, wait, is that
That's
Studio
stu-
Ghibli?
It does look like it.
Well,
I haven't seen it.
if that's, it's like the Witch Delivery Girl or something.
Kiki's
I
Delivery
think-
Service.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
There you go.
I don't know that
Oh
one.
wait, I've seen a bit of this.
How do you know so many of these?
I've seen clips of these. I think it's terrible.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Bro, where's Dandadan? Where's the awesome ones? The ones I know.
Okay, I'll just put this in Giga F real quick.
Oh wait, is that K on? I think that's K on. Or am I wrong?
you are. You're right.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it.
I've heard good things about K-On.
Same.
Okay, let's just put that there real quick.
What the heck? Oh, it's SAO.
Okay.
Can we talk about it, bro?
Have you seen SAO?
No.
I just heard that the main character's girlfriend gets like. We shouldn't laugh about that. But it is strange that it happened.
It is a very strange show. Okay, so
This was so iconic though, back in middle school. We gotta give it some popularity credit, right?
no.
Like some of my friends were really into this. This is like one of their favorites. Some of them.
This is a phase.
That's a good point. That's an excellent point.
This show is a phase, if you ask me. Okay, the thing is like, I was in the boat of like, this is not too bad, or like people are exaggerating when people say this is the worst anime ever. In the first season, the second season was the worst ever, and I'll get to there. So
all I know about the second season is that elf creep, but I don't know what actually happens.
Yeah. So in the first season, okay, well, first of all, let's just like look at these characters. Yeah. I don't know what it is about SAO, but they just seem so visually uninteresting.
Yeah, they're basic.
I think the point is that these are all like kids playing games.
Yeah.
But like why what I don't know. Okay, well, I guess I should talk about SAO seriously. So the thing is,
don't you want to be Kirito, bro?
With this anime, basically, people go into VR and then
they play a game, and if they die in the game, they die in real life.
Yeah.
And it's like a tournament, and you have to beat the Demon King or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you have to beat the developer at his own game to escape, or for everyone to escape, actually. And it took like years for it to happen. And so some people just really got settled into the game and like just like pulling up a mechanic and then raising a family. I don't even know. And so it was actually like kind of interesting in the beginning, but all of the characters are just low-key not likable, like at all. Like I didn't even find the main character or any of the other characters, like I didn't want to root for anyone because they all just seemed like so annoying.
I watched one episode and I got bored. I can't remember any of the characters other than Kirito.
Yeah, they're so boring and they're not really likable. And then that was the first season. And it's like the first season was like tolerable because the action scenes are like okay sometimes.
Oh yeah, the animation was all right.
But the second season is like, I don't know who asked for elf anime video games.
Well, elf man, let's go.
But I don't think anyone liked it. And once it got to the point of like weird sexual harassment stuff, I was just like, yeah, I'm sick of this show. This just pissed me off. But I was in too deep. I was like episode 23 out of 25,
Dang,
so I was like, I might as well finish it.
That sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah, but like this is a phase. If you think it's good, you're in a phase. I'm sorry.
Okay, what other positive thing can you say about it though, other than the animation? Why do you think it became so popular?
I think people just like the video game stuff because it's like, I don't know, it's dragons and trolls and
That's
magic.
pretty cool.
And like the main character was also...
Oh yeah, the power fantasy aspect of it.
Also one of the other shonen animes that like made the main character like really, 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 really powerful compared to everyone else. But this show did not do it well. There's other animes that did it well, and we'll get to there, but this show did not do it very well.
Yikes.
Because like, if you're gonna make a character unbelievably overpowered, at least make his personality interesting or like fun, or likable. But that was not.
I felt like there wasn't a purpose to it other than to make the reader relate or the watcher relate to him. But like, how do I relate to him if I don't know what his personality is?
He's just unbelievably powerful, and it kind of made him annoying. So, I've heard.
I do not know what that is.
I've heard good things about this one, but I don't know.
Do you know its name?
I do not.
Oh.
But I think I know what this one is.
I do not know what that is.
Do you know what this one is?
No.
I've seen interesting things about it. I've heard good and bad things about it. I think it definitely is a bit of a fan service anime as well, but it's like it's kind of it's kind of similar to this one, where it's like the fan service is kind of like not super over the top either, and it actually has like a purpose. And I've heard good and bad things about it, so it seems pretty good.
Oh, JoJo, bro.
I'm gonna do my laundry.
Yeah.
While you're doing this.
Fellas. Oh, we have reached the top of the mountain, okay? That's a lie. Listen, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I'm going to be biased, okay? I'm going to let you guys know my perspective on it. It is my favorite anime of all time, okay? Hands down. It is a no contest currently, and once Steel Ball Run gets animated, it's probably going to be at the top of S tier, or at the very least part 7 is going to be S tier. People are saying like it's going to be the greatest anime you've ever seen and it's going to set a new standard. That's true, okay? But for now, let's just rate anime because we're not rating manga in this tier list specifically. Check the recording, 25 minutes in. Okay, we still have time. Yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is just so much fun. It's just so cool and it's so action-packed, okay? Every single part, except for maybe some parts of part 6, I'm totally hooked and invested on the action. I want to see what happens next. Everything is so cool, so interesting, so awesome. And I think the number one part of it that is cool to me is the battles. Because the battles have so much strategy, especially, it's like the level of strategy that you'd see in Hunter x Hunter, but like more frequent, and the highs are higher, you know? Like the action-packed peaks are higher than in Hunter x Hunter. Because in every single fight, the enemy will be winning super hard, and then the hero comes in and reverses the whole thing. And then the villain comes in and has this trump card that looks like it could take away the hero's entire arsenal. And then the hero comes in with this extra X factor, or another character swoops in right on time because apparently the main character had this plan that was going on since the very beginning of the fight, and it has now come to fruition, and now everything is tumbling down. So basically, it's reversal after reversal after reversal. It's escalation after escalation after escalation. And that's just pure freaking dopamine, man. And that's the whole show. And I know there's like a difference between parts 1 and 2 and the rest of the series. Because parts 1 and 2, they use a different power system. It's a lot more, I was going to say actually more basic, but it's really not. Hamon is not necessarily more basic. It's different, but it's more limited. More limited, but not more basic. It's still complicated in its own ways. It has its own complicated physics, and I think it's enough to carry parts 1 and 2, but not enough to sustain an entire series. So it makes sense that they switched to stands. But I want to say they're equal, okay? They're equal in quality, stands and Hamon, or at least the Hamon parts of the show. If they kept going with Hamon, maybe it would have been boring, but the way it's done in this show with parts 1 and 2, incredibly effective. It had me hooked the whole way through. That is why I recommend do not skip parts 1 and 2 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. They're actually a couple of my favorite parts. All right, parts 1, I'd argue, you could say it's at the same level as part 3, or like even possibly part 5, even though people say such great things about the rest of the series with stands. So absolutely check out JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now there is some subjectivity to the show. I think that people might be turned off by the really over-the-top art style, especially that in part 3. So if you're not into the show for that reason and you prefer these more cutesy skinny characters instead of buff manly man characters, I get it. It's hard getting used to something different. But for me personally, I think the differentness actually elevated it, made it more impactful, made it better, made it cooler, faster, harder, better, faster, stronger in every way. And another thing I think is also a subjective point where it makes sense if it's not completely top tier, for this list at least. Like if this were a subjective tier list and this were just based on how much I like it, I'd put it at the top of S tier. But just based on pure quality, in terms of pure quality, I don't know if other people would like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure as much as I do. But if you are a JoJo fan, this is absolutely top of S tier. Nothing can compete with it. But in terms of sheer quality, I put it above Naruto Shippuden at the very least. I have not seen Vinland Saga. I just think that Naruto and Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter have more broad appeal because they're less repetitive. You see, that's where the biggest point of subjectivity comes in. I was going to say this earlier, but I forgot. I went on a tangent. The biggest point of subjectivity, the thing that'll make or break this show for you, I think is the repetitiveness. Because when you get to parts 3, 4, 5, and 6, it's just stand battle after stand battle after stand battle. And there's no real change in the formula. There are still arcs. There are still changes in character. The story does move forward, but it moves forward through these stand battles. And the stand battles are interesting. Every single one has a different setting, different set of characters, different combination of strengths and weaknesses that make the fight very, very interesting. And that is the literal substance, the lifeblood of the entire show. But I can totally understand if people see these situations and they think, this is getting a bit repetitive, especially part 3, where it's just battle after battle after battle after battle after battle. Like, where's the break? Why can't we just chill and hang out with the characters? Why can't we have a couple more slice of life episodes? Or why can't we have episodes that are entirely dedicated to the villain? And if they do have these kinds of breaks, it's not really ingrained in the story. The story is just completely moving forward with fight after fight after fight. And the only time there's really breaks is in the audience's mind, when they go into flashbacks, the most random flashbacks about the most random side characters, which could also get you off track of the main show. I think the highest highs of the show make up for those flaws, but overall, if you like it, you love it. If you don't like it, I totally get it. But I think just for the power in the niche that it has, it absolutely deserves A tier at the very least. All right, what do you think, bro?
I think JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is, in my opinion, is pretty good. It's like, it's not my favorite ever because it definitely had like the Percy Jackson thing, or
Percy
like
Jackson
for
thing.
the books, or like even Heroes of Olympus, where it's like how you said, it's like fight after fight after fight, where like one fight ends and then it's just the other, which isn't the problem in my opinion. Like the biggest criticism that I had from like parts 3 and forward was that it was hard to feel that the characters were really getting stronger. They just
weren't. They definitely weren't.
Yeah.
They were just getting smarter. They were getting more familiar with their powers.
Yeah, they were just doing stuff in different ways. But to make something like, for them to culminate their power into something else and like have an, what's it called? A feeling of progression, JoJo doesn't do that at the best compared to other animes.
Absolutely.
And so when it comes to, especially like Yu Yu Hakusho and Hajime no Ippo do a really, really good job of displaying how the character gets stronger. And so, in that way, it's kind of hard to be interested in it in a long time. Or actually, it's hard to make it feel like it's a masterpiece without that feeling of progression, like how a lot of other animes, and even animes who are like below, do a better job of doing that than JoJo, in my opinion. But I would say that JoJo is very, like, it's very obviously interesting. It actually has some pretty funny moments, but it's so crazy.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say, the comedy is amazing. It's the funniest anime to me.
Yeah, so.
Despite being an action anime, I think it's funnier than some comedy anime.
Good job,
Or anime that try to lean harder into comedy. Oh, one more thing I wanted to mention. Okay, actually, I forgot.
Okay, anyways. Now, we got a heavy hitter right here, y'all. Okay, how much of Bleach have you
Big
seen?
3, 0.
Bro.
I've heard of memes of Aizen. Oh, this was all part of Aizen's plan.
Okay, let's just... I'm gonna put that there straight up.
Hey, have you seen all of it? Have you seen all of it?
I've not seen all of it, but
Have you seen 1,000 Year Blood War?
I've seen a lot of it. I have seen a lot of Bleach, and Bleach was big enough to get like a remaster, like 20... Actually, not a remaster, to continue the show like 20 years later. That's how popular it stayed consistently, right?
Okay, but to be fair, a lot of popular but maybe not objectively better anime also got that.
No.
Or I mean, media.
What? No. What are you talking about?
Or at least it's not that rare. Like, for example, Spider-Man gets revived every 10 years.
No.
So does Superman and Batman.
I'm saying like, so for this show, right? In anime, like, it didn't just get a remaster. You know, it didn't just get like a repeat of the new episodes in a better animation. It literally continued its story from where it left off in the old anime, like 20 years later. Like, do you know how big an anime has to be to just revive a whole studio? And not only that, to like pump out top-notch quality as good as it was in the past before. Like that, like Bleach is the only show that like did something like that. And so, I'm not saying that I'm gonna place it here forever, but I'm gonna put it here as a placeholder.
Dang, okay.
So the thing is like, with Bleach, like the characters, each individual of them was really interesting. Like, even the villains and the villains that you thought were boring were also really interesting. Like Ichigo, the main character, he did a really, or like the author did a really, really, really good job of showing how he becomes stronger over time. And like, it's not just through his fights that he gets stronger magically and becomes smarter. Like, Bleach is one of the few animes that was really not scared to make its main character lose. And it's kind of unique in that way, in which, like, some of these characters, like, they get beat up a lot, and then they, like, kick into a new power, they tap into their training or something like that, or they train more and just come back stronger the next time. And then, like, it does, in my opinion, it does a really, really good job of, like, pushing characters to impossible limits, but also keeping it interesting. Like, the main character and the main villain, like, they push each other, or, like, no, the main character pushes himself to be the strength of the main villain, and right when you think that he's at the same level, like, the villain's, like, up here, and then again and again and again.
Ooh, the reversal stuff.
It does a really, really good job of that. And on top of that, like, each character and each villain, they have their own powers, and it's interesting, and, like, some characters are just really funny. And, like, visually, to look at the characters and to see everything that's happening, it's just so visually interesting. Like, this character, like, some characters have, like, the magic archer arrows from Clash Royale. Like, other characters are, like, really cool with the sword, and they're, like, teleporting. And then even aside from that, like I said with Trigun, the Bleach did a really, really good job of making the main character, like, as multifaceted as a character can get in this show. He had, like, literally a bit of everything, but it did a really good job of not just making him, like, everything all at once. You know, he, like, started off as a Soul Reaper, and then he became part Hollow, and then he revealed to be part Quincy, and then he did this and this and this and this. And so it made a very, very nuanced character, and it, like, Bleach also really, really did a really good job of showing, like, what camaraderie can look like without it just being, like, super annoying and overwhelming. So it's like,
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
like, it's not like, even though Bleach does it a little, it's not like the main character just saves the girl character all the time, like how it is in Naruto and other animes. It's like each character is individuals, but even within their own character and each other, they show how they can work as a team, but as equals, but also with an obvious inclination towards the main character. It's just like, it's so interesting while also being nuanced. And that's, like, that makes it an obviously great anime. I think, like, the biggest criticism with this show is that, like, shoot, I don't know.
If you can't think of anything, you might as well put it in the S tier.
I mean, like, the biggest, what would be the, I'm trying to think, because, like, thinking back on it, I don't think it was S tier. Oh, I could be wrong, but I think Bleach had a hard time of establishing a really big overarching message. I think I could be very, very wrong.
Does it need a message?
To become S tier and to, like, have that place of memorability, I think it would be, though. I think it's like these shows, like the shows that are lower than it, has a bigger message than Bleach at times, I think. And so, like I said, if you want to have every piece of the puzzle and put it in S tier, like S tier is a whole tier above these above these ones, and that's a hard argument, right? So I think it had a hard time establishing, like, an overarching thing, like an overarching message, but it did a really good job of putting in messages in really memorable moments, kind of like how Hellsing did. So I don't think it qualifies for S tier, but I really do think it's the very top of A tier so far. But it's definitely, it's like somewhere here. It's like arguably here somewhere.
I see.
So we'll just put that there.
Okay. Also, hold up. I want to say another thing.
After check-in time, 38. Okay. I think I'm going to close off this episode here as well. Very good finisher. We got JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Bleach in here, as well as Yu Yu Hakusho in this episode. Oh my golly. We are rounding out this tier list. Do you want to keep going after this? Because I want to keep going.
I can keep going.
All right. Now, one more thing I wanted to say. I realized something. One, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure having fight after fight after fight after fight after fight. That's actually something I like about the show. That's not a bad thing for me personally. I don't like it when the characters just keep yapping, like in Hunter x Hunter, and I don't like when there's slow points. I just want straight up action, and if we finish an arc, just skip to the next part. Just, if the adults finish their conversations and they finish all their fights, just move on to their kids. And they got their own problems. Oh my gosh, it's so genius. So really, I'm putting it above Hunter x Hunter. Bro. All right, this is my list. I could do whatever I want. Unless you disagree hard enough for it to go below
fine.
Hunter x Hunter.
That's fair.
You agree? Heck yeah, bro. Yeah, this is a masterpiece. I messed up. I just don't know how good it is compared to Bleach. And I think the lack of progression with the JoJo's, especially freaking Jotaro, what an absolute bum. You know that you're ops with one of the most dangerous people on the planet, and you don't keep working out, you don't keep refining your powers to be strong enough to tackle any future threats, despite knowing this incredibly powerful secret that could like possibly destroy the whole universe. I feel like as Jotaro, you should be training at least a little bit, and also being in your daughter's life. Oh well.
Not only that, like
and that's really nitpicky though. Honestly, I do think it's up here.
yeah, not only that, but like I said, like Bleach did a really good job of making the main character more multifaceted. And like if we're taking Jotaro, like the star character of the JoJo anime, he was just like he punches and he wins.
Yeah.
Like I don't think he lost the fight. He didn't lose
He's
the fight.
basically a mini P.E.K.K.A, bro.
Yeah, he's a mini Pekka with like the attack speed of a berserker. Like
Goodness. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Anywho, I don't think that's a bad thing though. I think having limits as a character only makes the fights even more interesting. The problem is if the character just wins all the time, which happens with like, you know, Sword Art Online. But anyway, yeah. Also, one last thing, the reason why I put JoJo's Bizarre Adventure up here is because the flaw that I thought, repetitiveness, actually was a benefit, not a bad thing, a good thing, not a bad thing. Which means the only bad thing that could possibly keep this from the top tier is maybe subjectivity and the fact that things felt a little bit... No, I was going to say a little bit dragging in Part 6, but then I realized it's because I read the manga of Part 6 before the anime came out. Then when the anime came out, it felt repetitive. So like that was just complete subconscious bias, and I recognized the source of it. So yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, absolute masterpiece, beautiful, completely flawless. The ugly art style is actually a good thing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.